Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Sherman D. Manning. I'm joining you live from Los Angeles, California. Life always fascinates me. It's like you can be roaring on cloud nine and on a high, and the Lord is blessing and things are working your way, and then the enemy will stick up his head and remind you that there is a devil. Wherever there's light, there must be darkness. And so I was feeling so just ebullient. Ebullient. One of my friends says ebullient. 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 I was feeling today. Extremely excited. Effervescent. God was blessing and still blessing. And I'm breathing. So I'm blessed right now. And I told you about Pastor Tory Roberts, Bishop T.D. Jake's son-in-law, calling me today and blessing me with his prayers and his words of inspiration. And oh, what a mighty time that was. And I was just up there, up there, up there. Nothing could go wrong. And then this evening, someone I've known for the better part of 21 years just went off on me. And I heard T.D. Jakes preach a sermon years ago. He said, when God blesses you, everybody ain't glad. Sometimes you call some people and tell them about your blessing and they get jealous. And you can tell that they're not glad. So anyway, this person, for 21 years, I've known this individual. And tonight, that bitterness and anger and animosity and I guess jealousy toward me all came to a head. And they said some things that were very hurtful and very disrespectful and very discourteous. And the enemy just reminded me, yeah, you were all excited about that. I'm still here. But I speak favor over my life, over my destiny, over the ministry that God has given me, and over the lives of those of you who are living. I know this is not a religious show. I'm sorry, y'all. Forgive me. The preacher in me is just arguing with the teacher in me right now. But let's talk about these killer cops. Anybody, and I heard Tory Roberts say this Sunday, anybody who is not as offended by the murders of those three police officers in Baton Rouge, you are a hypocrite. I know the history of officers attacking African American men and killing them when they're unarmed. I know that. That is wrong, and I'm against it, and I stand against it. I preach against it. I teach against it. I work against it. I fight against it, and will continue to do so. But when one of us or one of ours, and when I say ours, I'm not talking about black folk, I'm talking about citizens who are not police officers, decides to take up a gun and kill them, I'm just as outraged. Turns out that the guy the guy in Baton Rouge had Baton Rouge, Louisiana, had a history of PTSD, and that's, it's a fluid story. Things are still coming out. But I grieve for the families of the slain, and I grieve and pray for the families of those who survived the shooting in Louisiana and Baton Rouge, and I pray that God will bless them. And we have to stop this. We're going to have another prayer vigil at Greater Hopewell Baptist Church coming up soon. It won't be this Monday, but perhaps Monday after next. We will have another prayer vigil for black men and the police officers serving in this country. And I will be inviting you all. If Seraphina is listening, hello to Seraphina, give you a shout out. If Dolores is listening, a shout out to you. All of you are listening in the Netherlands and Barbados and Spain and Venezuela. Those of you listening in South Africa, wherever you're listening to this podcast, I want to thank you for joining us. I'm Sherman D. Manning. I would invite you to get my books, the most recent of which is The Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice. I wrote 21 other books. Get them online at Amazon.com and get them in your local bookstores. Look, keep the faith, everybody. I'll have a real long podcast tomorrow. Today, I just wanted to check in and say hello to everybody and tell them we got to stop this. We got to stop this. Left and right has got to be stopped. God bless you all. Do yourselves a favor and let me pray for you. And do me a favor and pray for me. Okay? And go get a copy of The Truth About O.J. Simpson, Race, Class, Money, and Justice. Go get that book. It's not just about O.J., it's also about the no-J's. Go get it. I'm Sherman D. Manning. I'll see you soon. God bless.